Hello, everyone. This is Pastor, Minister Shepherd Andre Battles with another episode of Chicken Stew from me to you for September the 22nd. Our scripture reading today is taken from Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to those that are of a broken heart and saves those who have a crushed spirit. So the year was 2001. I was 18 and I was dating a young lady while attending college at a particular school right outside of Dallas, Texas. My money got a little funny and I ended up dropping out of school after my third semester. Fortunately for me at this time, the young lady that I was dating had decided to stay with me. Because there's an old-fashioned saying, out of sight, out of mind. Well, I was about to find out the hard way that this old-fashioned saying was still relevant at that time. Well, one day I drove all the way up to the campus. I wanted to see her. I lived about 3 hours away from the campus. As I arrived, I pulled up at the girls' dorm and I waited in front of the dorm for her to come out of the dorm. I remember that I had called her and told her that I was on my way and that I would be there at such and such a time. When I got there, I texted her. I waited. And I waited.
Where is she?
And I looked across the campus to where the library was. And I noticed my girlfriend walking out of the library with another man. And they were two peas in a pod. I mean, they were so close, they might as well have been holding hands. Of course, I asked her what was going on. And to make a long story short, it wasn't very long after that we broke up and she ended up in a relationship with this very guy.
It's over.
I remember I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried some more. And don't act like you ain't never cried when somebody broke your heart.
Me, man.
Now I know that there is a percentage of you out there that, hey, you just chalked it up to a loss and you went about your business. But for the rest of us, we cried. We cried and we felt it in such a way that it brought tears out of our eyes. Psalms 34:18 comes to my mind when I think about that experience. I was brokenhearted. And I know that there may be some Bible scholars out there that have several different interpretations as to what type of brokenheartedness this verse is talking about. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You fell in love, or you feel love for someone. You expressed love. And yes, I know that love is not a feeling. It's a principle. But you felt something strong for somebody at some point in your life and they crushed you. Well, I want you to know that life isn't over. In fact, that was just another stepping stone to get you to the next phase. So your question now is, well, how does God show that He is close? That's an excellent question. And if you asked it, great job. I'm going to express this in a few different ways. For example, the day that me and the young lady broke up, I remember crawling under the dining room table, literally. Imagine this 6'4", 6'5", 225-pound at that time gentleman crawling underneath the dining room table, balling up in the fetal position and crying for at least an hour or two. Well, my mother didn't try to pull me from under the table.
Get your backside from under that table.
But what they did do was they came and checked on me periodically. They made sure I was okay. Yeah, they did ask me to come from under the table every now and then.
Get your backside from under that table.
But when they noticed that I wasn't coming from under that table, they just kept praying, consoling me, encouraging me that it would be okay. And then they went back to whatever they were doing. God operates in the same way. You may have a broken heart at this point. And you may be wondering if God is going to magically appear in your bedroom or if He's going to produce some type of dream to your conscience while you're sleeping. Most likely, neither one of those things may happen. However, He will be there showing His love and support with little rays of hope that will show you and encourage you to know that the future is ahead of you. Yes, right now in the present, you may feel the sting of loss. And yeah, that's a painful situation to deal with. But God will sprinkle hope upon your conscience as you open up to the reality that he is indeed there for you. How he'll do that, I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. For you, you may get a raise on a job. I don't know. Somebody may call you and say, hey, here's that money I was holding on to for a little while. I need to go ahead and pay you back. I don't know how God is going to shine some light on your situation. But whatever positive you noticed in the midst of this heartbreak, just know that it's God behind it. Time went on and I eventually got over that young lady. Yeah, it may have been 3 years, but hey, that was a long time ago. And although I may think about it every now and then, the feelings that I felt at that time, I am in no way feeling that now. Life goes on. And guess what? God is right there with you as life goes on. Well, once again, this is Andre Battles, and I want to thank you for being present for these presentations the last couple of days. Again, I have a prayer line. All you need to do, if you want the link to this prayer line, because it's a Zoom presentation, is leave a comment right here on the bottom of this video, and I will send the link to you, or I'll reply to your comment with the link. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, share, and leave your comment so that YouTube would push this video further into its algorithm, and so that others can be encouraged just as you have been. And I'll see you by God's grace right here tomorrow.